Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Which means I work on my webcomic. Howdy, Shrimpy! Hope y'all are having a good day. I had a doozy of a lunch hour at work today. And it wasn't even work related. Alright, I think I definitely want to focus on sketching. No, so I'm gonna try to keep this as vague as I possibly can. But I have a friend who I've been friends with for several years, who keeps trying to worm their way, not worm. They're basically seeking redemption and forgiveness from people who do not want to give it. And this has been an ongoing topic of our friendship for a couple of years now, and it is frankly exhausting. There's been a pattern the last year or so where we don't really chat, which is fine. We're both busy. We're both adults, but they'll be like, "Oh hey, what's up?" We catch up, exchange like pleasantries, and then they're like, "Oh hey, I want to get back into this roleplay community help run," and I'm just like, or they're not necessarily get back, but they want to like make good with the mods, and I'm like, listen, like they're not interested. Like if they were interested, they would have talk to you on their own volition, but they're not interested. And today I kind of low-key just kind of had it where I'm like, listen, I think it's just really sad and weird how almost every time we start talking, you bring this up. Because part of me is like, why do you keep chasing the approval, the forgiveness of people who don't care? You know, like, clearly they don't want you in the community. As a fellow mod, I stand by it, because I gotta look out for the greater whole of the community, not just my friend. And it's just getting really tiring. I'm just like, they don't want you here. They don't want to talk to you. Stop trying to make it happen. Like, read the virtual room, please. Yeah, it has been burnt for a while, sort of thing. Low-key getting the vibes of an ex-friend of mine, similar vibes to an ex-friend of mine too, and I'm just like, I don't know how much longer I can tolerate this. So, like, I'm trying to be nice. get back to it. Enough IRL/internet drama of my own circles. It's not even drama, it's just annoying. I forgot to draw how do I draw my own OCs? I don't know. I forgot. There we go. I really need to update the ref sheets for these guys. I'm looking forward to this next weekend because I'm going to a Pokemon card show on Sunday with a cousin, and then after that I'm running a session 0 for the next D&D campaign. I'm running for some friends. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I need to like find time on either tomorrow or Saturday to go through some of my Pokemon cards to see if I can sell them. And then next weekend, the weekend of Valentine's Day, I'm gonna go see that, like, I forgot what it's called, but it's the new Sony animated movie with like the goat and basketball thing. I'm gonna go see that, and then I'm going to a museum in the city with my roommate to see an exhibit. I'm pretty sure I have a decent selection of vintage, or some of my cards are from the early 2000s. Cause I didn't get into buying my own Pokemon cards until I was like an adult, because I didn't really have the money for it as a kid. So a lot of my cards from my childhood were given to me by an aunt who would get them from garage sales when kids were outgrowing their Pokemon phase. I was still very, very much deep into mine, and I still kind of am. I don't collect cards as much. Just because, like, usually where I shop, there's not a lot of good selection, or there's nothing there, so, like... Right? Oh, like, one of my friends back in high school, got me a copy of Ruby version from a garage sale for like $3, and I'm like, part of me feels bad whenever I go into like a garage sale and they're just like clearly trying to clear stuff out and don't know the value of their stuff, which, like, the point of a garage sale, in my opinion, isn't to sell things at market value. It is to clear out your junk and earn a quick buck. The one time I've ever done a garage sale or a yard sale, I didn't put prices on anything. Everything was negotiable. I think at that yard sale, so like, a little context. I had to buy barbed wire back when I was in college for a project I had to do over spring break. The project was to make something that the materials communicated the opposite effect. So like making something, what I did is I made a teddy bear sculpture out of barbed wire, because like a teddy bear is supposed to be soft and comforting, and barbed wire is hard and pointy and sharp and will hurt you. And the funniest part of that project, one of the funnier parts of that project, is that I live in a fairly rural area, so I had to go to a farm and fleet. And apparently you have to buy, my brother and I learned, because we went together, we learned you have to buy barbed wire by like 100 feet or like a quarter mile at I don't know what the measurement was, but we had to basically buy a giant bundle of it, a bushel of it. And I only used like maybe 10 or 12 feet of this thing. And it was sitting up in my mom's attic at the apartment at the time for months. And I moved back, and I was like, okay, we're gonna be moving, or like we needed extra money, so I'm like, let's do a yard sale. And I'm like, oh, this is the perfect time to try and get rid of this barbed wire, because otherwise it's gonna just sit up in the attic. I have no other use for this. And like this guy came by and he was just like, you're selling barbed wire? And I'm like, it was for an art project, I don't need it anymore, name your price. And he's like, how about this? And I'm like, yeah, sure, sounds good, you can have it. I just want it gone, dude. Okay. My sculpture teacher at college was very impressed with my sculpture. I think he was actually just more impressed that he was just more surprised that I used barbed wire. He's like, where do you even get barbed wire? And I'm like, farm and fleet. This man lived in the city. He lived in the city proper. There are no farm and fleets in Chicago. Not in Chicago proper. Forgot how to draw my own character. It's fine. It's only been a couple weeks. I really just need to update the ref sheets real bad. Well, one of the that man, that professor was an interesting man. He was from England, so he had a British accent. And day one of class, he was arguing with me how to pronounce my last name. Because my last name's Polish. So he was trying to like, I think he was telling me how to pronounce my own last name. And I just kind of went, I've had it my entire life. I think I know how to pronounce my own name, sir. Thank you. It is... Let me see. Look here. Stream Cafe Boba Day 10 hours cute music by Stream Cafe on YouTube. It's kind of like got a Animal Crossing vibe to it, you know? I don't think I've never played the City Folk one. That was that the one on the GameCube? I know there was one on GameCube. I never played the one on GameCube. My first Animal Crossing, I think, was New Leaf. The one on the 3DS was my first one. Because one of my friends was like really into it. Oh, okay. City Folk was the Wii. I didn't really have a Wii. I say I didn't really have one. My dad had one, but I never really got to play it. My mom got us an Xbox 360 back in the day. She got back paid on disability, and so we had a really nice Christmas that year. Yeah, she got us the Xbox 360 with Rock Band. I did not have the coordination for the guitar. My vocals were okay. I was really good on the drums, though. Loved playing the drums on Rock Band. Oh my god. I think... I don't know if it was the Wii or like the PlayStation version of the Wii, because Wii and PlayStation had motion controls around the same time. One of my much older cousins brought their Wii or whatever to Christmas one year, and everyone was just playing Just Dance. And then another set of cousins had the Wii, and we played Wii Sports a lot. One of my cousins got really good with bowling. Oh yeah, my siblings and I, we were in a cartooning club when we were all in high school. We were in high school, and we always brought the we always brought Rock Band to the video game days. Because there was like once or twice a year, like once per semester, we'd do a day of the club where we would all just bring video games. And so for about 4 or 5 years, because I think it continued until my brother left high school, we would bring Rock Band and our Xbox and the Rock Band for the for video game day, because it played multiple people, so it was great to like have multiple students in at once. Though there was one kid in that club where he would bring like his Sonic game and just sit alone at one of the TVs in the library and just play Sonic the entire time, and we're just like, that's fine. He ain't bothering anyone. He's a little weird, but whatever. Listen, Sonic the Hedgehog was one of my first ever video games. My family had a Sega Genesis for a while growing up. I think we lost it in one of our moves, or it broke. I don't know. I just remember we had it and then we didn't. So Sonic the Hedgehog was one of my first ever video games. I got a console. I played computer games prior to that. My first computer game was Magic School Bus in Space, Magic School Bus in Space for the computer. I wasn't very good at it because I was a wee child, but I just remember playing the moon level in that game over and over again because it was the easiest level, and I figured out, because like I think the way the game worked is that you had to get these tokens to put into the bus to get clues to where to find Arnold, one of the students who was lost in space. And it didn't matter where you got the tokens from. So I figured out I can just play the moon level like 3 times, get 3 different tokens, and still beat the game. I was like 4 when I figured that out. I mean, even to this day, one of the things I do, especially when I'm playing like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, if I'm stuck on like one of the temple puzzles, I kind of just like look at like, oh, what tools are provided to me? How is this like puzzle built? Because in video games, everything has a purpose. So I'm just like, what do the game designers want me to do? What are they trying to do? What do they want me to do? And usually I can figure it out without having to look up a walkthrough. Because sometimes I don't have the patience or time to sit around trying to solve a puzzle in a video game. So I'll try it a couple times. If I can't figure it out, I'm just gonna Google the answer. I think I did that when I first played through Dragon Age Origins. There's like a bridge puzzle in one of the dungeons. And the friend who bought it for me when I told them, yeah, I made it to this part of the game, they're like, oh, how'd you do that one puzzle? How well did you do? I'm like, oh, I just looked up the answer. And they did not like that. They're like, why didn't you try it? I'm like, I did. I tried like 3 times. I got frustrated. So I just looked up the answer. Well, like, that's the thing. Like, if I was younger, like an actual, like, child, maybe I would actually put more time into trying to figure out a puzzle in a video game. But I'm an adult with things to do. So I don't want to necessarily sit around solving complicated puzzles all the time. Some puzzles are fun. I like puzzles. My D&D players know I like to put puzzles in the games that I run, because puzzles are fun. But it's just one of those things where you gotta, like, balance, like, you gotta keep your time in mind when you're sometimes playing these games. I don't have as much free time. Oh yeah, would I play, like, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, if I go into a temple and they're like, combat, and I'm like, combat temple. I'm like, oh, nope, I'm out. Absolutely not. Like, I think I picked up the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword port for the Switch, and I forgot that's a Wii game, so you kind of low-key need the motion controls in order to play that game. And I got to, like, the first, like, major quote-unquote boss battle during the tutorial, and I can't get past it. Because I can't get the combo down right to beat the guy. And I can't just hand it off to my brother and be like, hey, beat him for me. Because I used to do that too. Was it back when, like, Skyrim first came out? I was doing a run, my first ever game on Skyrim, and I got stuck in an area where I needed to cook. I was working on something and I couldn't play it, but I didn't want to pause it either. So I'm like, hey, dude, can you get me? I went to my brother, like, hey, can you get me to this one spot for me? Like, this one spot for me? I gotta finish cooking dinner or whatever. And I'm, like, doing something in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden he's like, okay, it's done. I'm like, what do you mean it's done? He's like, oh, I finished the main quest for you. I finished the game for you, basically. And I'm like, I said get me to that point, not to do the fight for me. And I was so mad at him. Better magic circle. I have been wanting to get to this page for a long time. I enjoy action scenes. I like the quiet moments too when I do my comics, because when I was doing my Nuzlocke comic, like, God, like 10 years ago, very early on, I did a page where there was like no dialogue and it was just the protagonist like making their way through a route because like nothing much really happened on that route. And I figured out pretty early on in doing my Nuzlocke comic that I was only going to do Pokemon battles if it pertained to the plot or if someone died, which usually meant it pertained to the plot. But so I'm like, oh, I don't have much, but I still want to show them traveling. So I did like a silent page, quote unquote, just so show them traveling and just downtime. And someone was like, you should have put dialogue. I'm like, it really wasn't needed. It really didn't need to. Magic circle. Magic circles. Come on, Clip Studio, don't let me down. Excuse me. I think when I announced, like, I wasn't gonna continue it, I had quite a few people request for me to, like, put it up somewhere. So, I have, like, the PDF like in a Google Drive somewhere. Duplicate that. Perspective transformation, yes. There we go. let's start inking this one. Panel 7. Yeah. Ugh. There we go. I know. I can't believe I'm so glad. I'm like, hey, wait, what if I just do it this way? I figured why not to just do the colors. I find that brush? Yeah, I guess it's only on my laptop. It's fine. That's what happens when a good chunk of your brushes are in a foreign language, I guess. the Chubster. Welcome. Drawing is going well today. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. The Chubster. Thank you so much. really struggling with these magic effects tonight. I have an idea. Thank you, Shrimpy. It took a hot second to figure out what it looked like. Ugh. I'm just gonna do a little cheat sheet of colors in case I have to do her magic again. Okay. There. I can spell. I know what that means. Ugh. That is so many layers for one panel. Holy shit. But it looks good. Like, look at that. Look how good that looks. Okay, so we've got like 10 minutes. I can probably ink this third panel. Real quick, in like 10 minutes. Okay, that was pretty quick. I can do color on that real quick. Alright, 3 panels done tonight. Not bad. 3 out of 7. We have 4 more to go. I did. I got kind of one of the more complicated panels done and over with. That's typically how I tackle my comic pages, is the most difficult panel gets done first. Alright. Let's see who we'll raid into tonight. See if any of my buddies... Oh, quite a few. Quite a few. We're gonna raid into... The Damage. Looks like he's doing furry character design tonight. I will be back on Friday with the art block. We'll be picking up where we left off. We left off in Salacion Town, so that'll be fun. Until then, have a lovely night, have a lovely day, and I will see y'all again soon. Good night.